some of those things are easy to verify. Like, I mean, you're talking backlinks. Yep. That's easy to look at. And as some of those other characteristics, one of them, which I mean, you've mentioned a few times, is this idea of traffic.
Yep.
Again, actually, the other thing that popped into my mind is like DMOs and things like that. You can check on whether it's all listed, but
Absolutely.
when it comes to figuring out traffic-wise, how do you make that determination as to whether or not that site's getting traffic?
It's really tough, and you know, there are a lot of people ask me about things like Alexa and Compete and other sort of traffic indicators, but realistically, a lot of internet marketers use the Alexa toolbar. So it's not always an accurate measurement of traffic. It's just one indicator. So more often than not, you can look at, say, the upstream websites that link into that. You can look at things like, for example, if you're buying a website and you do a search on Google and you see all these backlinks, and most of them are from article sites, and there's a few foreign websites that link to it from different countries. You can and it's not a keyword that people are going to naturally type into their address bar. You can probably make a good guess that the traffic's not going to convert properly.
That's some good insight there. Like, depending on where that traffic would come in, type in or through articles and stuff.
So there's a big. I guess one of the foundations of the domaining industry was around direct navigation, and that's people that back in the olden days. Before Google, BG was they would type in the name or what they wanted to search for directly into the address bar. Right. So and thus type it in traffic was born. And on that basis, everyone went and registered .com because of course all the early web browsers would divert to the .com websites. So and then the search engines kind of picked up on that and change their rankings, accordingly. So, for us, direct navigation is a big thing, and that kind of translates nowadays into generic keywords.
Yeah, I'm just imagining like to get those generic keywords. I think the user now, a lot of them obviously are just typing into Google, and that's why you have a look at search data in Google, and often you'll see the URL. It's like people are typing in the URL into the search bar. So I'm just wondering, and a lot of those domain names, especially single keyword, we're talking about those domainers that got started many years ago, and they have had the opportunity to pick up these good domain names. That's not really for most people, because to get the budget to buy some of those, it's huge.
So, but nowadays what you can do is you can apply the same direct navigation logic to that. So take someone who's looking for to rent an apartment in Melbourne might type in real estate Melbourne into their address bar. That has your generic keyword plus the geographical name at the end of it. So
it's easy to rank for from an SEO point of view as well if it's got those keywords in it. So it's like dual double whammy effect.
That's right. So those domains are available right now, and you can go out and in some instances you can still hand register them. So the opportunity is still there. It hasn't just evaporated because of a bunch of guys in the deep dark ages went and registered all the domains. There are a lot of domains that are still out there.
And then where they're springing up as well. Like, I mean, there are different marketplaces, and a lot of the guys who follow my stuff know, Flippa's quite hot at the moment, and there are other website, and they're more selling sort of existing websites as opposed to single domain names. But what are your thoughts on some of the different marketplaces and?
It's an interesting thing. Sort of seeing the evolution of internet marketing and how the rise of Flippa, and I love Flippa. It's a great website, and it really promotes buying and selling domains. So there are lots of other markets out there, primarily used by domainers with deep pockets, but they don't necessarily sell the website or the back end or have any of the proof in, say, the revenue that comes with it, because what it'll be is a website that will say, here's a keyword domain and I want $10,000 for it. It may be an auction that you participate in, or it may be in Flippa terms or in eBay terms, it's a bin, it's a buy it now.
Yeah.
So there's no negotiation. That's the price, and that's it. Whereas some other places may allow you to talk to the seller and have that conversation through a proxy. So there are lots and lots of different markets out there, all with their own little quirks and how they operate.